What can they do or what should they do before the interview and in the interview to really nail it?
So painting the same picture as before, but what's great is now they've come down a funnel. So they've come down from, let's say, 100 applicants all the way to if it's a first round, it's probably 6 to 8 people that are at that first stage. So you've got to remember, the person that gets the job is rarely actually the best qualified candidate. It is unfortunately the best prepared candidate and a candidate that is in a really good mindset. So if, for example, you've gone through redundancy and you're 6 months out of not working, and you've been through quite a few rejection processes before, versus a candidate that has been headhunted by me and is very happy in their job, but is quite excited about this opportunity, and they're going in back to back, who do you think, Marie, is going to just probably leave a better impression in that 12?
I think the person that doesn't want it as badly, because they're going to have a different air about them. They don't really need it. They can take it or leave it. The other person is likely to come across a different way, but they might even over-prepare, and they could have it built up to be much bigger and better than it really is, whereas it's just a job. And the interviewer knows that, and the other interviewee knows that too.
The interview process is very similar to the dating process. And we've all been there. I have on first dates where if you're too eager, there's no second date. So if you're overconfident, there's probably none. And if you're underconfident, it's trying to find that sweet spot. So first and foremost, you've got to be cognizant of your mindset, of the subconscious vibes that you're giving off, because humans detect it. And whether it's on this format or now, thankfully, there's a lot more back in person interviews, that's just the reality. So how do you get into a good mindset? Back to what you said earlier, is now you get into preparation. Now you outwork the competition, because remember, you don't have to be the best candidate. You have to be the best prepared candidate. So it's like what they say about a Barack Obama speech. The speechwriters put in an hour for every minute he speaks. And for good interviews, to do a great interview, you have to prep. And sometimes the more, it's really, I often see it, it's like the 4th or 5th interview, people start to really get it. They start to really get comfortable in what is a very uncomfortable situation. So where I've seen people, especially in this type market, make a big difference in their interviews is when they tell me, yeah, I've actually employed a specialist interview coach. And again, small investment, you're only talking about a couple of €100, big return. I have seen literally people go from shaking in the mock interviews I would design with someone to, I just finished one with someone yesterday who's going for a CEO role. And after 20 minutes, I stopped because she was nailing it. And that was in it. Now, she had to do all the work. I just directed. And a good career coach will do that. But I was like, the work here is done moment. And whatever happens with the outcome, that person is gone from being subconsciously unaware of what was holding them back interviews to now confidently owning a room. And if that job, and back to your really important point, when we're desperate, we'll take anything. The grass is always greener, as they say. But when you're more aware, and I know you wanted to get into this later, you will then ask better questions. You will then really determine, are these the right people to work with? As opposed to be going in, which I have done, that rabbit in a headlights, just hoping that it goes well.